Episode 6 of All Stars 5. We have 5 contestants left, and we're about to drop down to 4. This season is coming to a close real quick, and each and every challenge at this point can go any way. They were setting up this whole challenge Shay and Alexis were just going to crush this challenge because Alexis makes all her own clothes, and this challenge is catered right for her, and Shay has all this sewing experience, and then who comes out on top? The 2 queens who were asking for the most help in the workroom. I really loved what Cracker and Jujubee both did. I understand the critique on Jujubee's outfit. The lining up of the material was not great, but she made an actual look, and all the little details with the melons and the handbag I thought were fantastic. So she missed lining up the seams a little bit on the sides. For someone who doesn't sew, Jujubee, you did a fantastic job today, and I think that's why you're one of the favorites. We took a challenge where you had no confidence, little to no experience, and you still came out as one of the top queens, and that's pretty impressive to me. And that has to be another tick on Jujubee's resume. I love that line in the critique where they're like, "Jujubee, what did you think of the challenge today?" And she's just like, "I hated it." I loved it. Moving on to Cracker, really, I thought that this was between Cracker and Jujubee. I felt it could have gone either way after the cousin at the barbecue bit. I thought they were both hilarious, but Cracker really had a superior outfit to what Jujubee walked down the runway. So I think that was the difference for Miz Cracker taking home the win. I really wish that we would have seen Cracker win that lip sync, though. Cracker just didn't do enough. She tried to have a couple funny little moments, but it just seemed like all the eyes were on Roxy and her butt and Thick and Juicy. Everybody was staring at Thick and Juicy, and Miss Cracker, it hit a point where she could have been just doing chain and backflips over in the corner into dead drops, and nobody would have even flinched because they were locked in on Roxy, and that was all that was going to happen there. Really, Roxy just had a couple really cool moments that were basically revealing her outfit, and that was enough to win the lip sync today. Really felt like this was between Blair and Alexis for who was going to go home, and I really found that interesting that it basically just instantly became Jujubee and Shay's decision. There was no real going around and trying to decide who it was. It was just established immediately. Cracker was like, "Well, Blair and Alexis, you guys were the bottom," and no one even attempted to deviate from that. And I found that very interesting because you'd think if Blair and Alexis just go, "Well, why don't we just put Jujubee or Shay down?" All of a sudden that's 2-2, and I don't even know what the tiebreaker is. You can easily sway someone onto your side to say Jujubee, "Hey, we're gonna vote out Shay. You in?" She'd probably just be like, "Okay," and that's that. It was very, very clear and cut. I am interested to see which lipstick Miss Cracker actually decided to go on. I loved that little moment where showing her deciding who she's gonna do, and she just grabs that Shay lipstick, shoves it in her dress, and it's like that moment, and you're like, oh, like she's not messing around. Like she's going for the top. She's going to eliminate the favorite, and that would be that. I just don't know. Like at this point, like why wouldn't you do that? Like why wouldn't you just be going voting for the person who was most likely to win? Like taking that person out increases your chances to win. It makes a ton of sense at this point. You know, early on, maybe not. You know, you're seeing out of the bottom 2, 3 who you want to, whose name you want to put down. But now it's different. It's you have the opportunity to take out your competition, and our queens have not been doing that so far. So I'm still curious who Cracker had on her lipstick, because I'm not convinced that it was Blair or Alexis. Yeah, so that's our top 4. Shea, Jujubee, Blair, and Miz Cracker. Our drama between India and Alexis is gone. It's over. The whole letter thing in the workroom was a little weird. It just felt very awkward. You know, even though India's letter to Alexis was, you know, I still love you, open your heart. It just felt like that was just a little reminder to everybody like, oh hey, don't forget about that, I told you Alexis was a liar, don't forget about that, everybody. And it's just like, just Alexis just kept saying like, I wish this would just go away, because I definitely think it was a factor in her being sent home today. And you know, if that is the reason, that's very unfortunate, because like you don't want to see somebody lose over drama, or potentially even somebody just blatantly lying about something that happened. And that's unfortunate. I think our final 4 queens have a pretty good relationship together, so hopefully we can kind of steer a little clear of the drama to close out the season, because you know that would also always be a shame to have some misunderstanding or little bit of drama be the deciding factor in who wins this season of All Stars 5. All right, that is going to wrap up my recap for this week. As always, I will be back next week, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see ya.